Productions. Hey, what's up, ladies? It is Hype Me Up Friday here in the CEO district. And today I come to hype you all up about health. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Keisha Spencer, also known as Coach K. Marie. I am a senior leader here in the CEO district, and I am also the director of member engagement. And so my job is to keep you entertained, engaged, and most importantly, informed on what's going on here in the CEO district. Ladies, we've had an awesome week. It is Health Week, and you know we are all about the internal health as well as the external health. We have adopted this word this year, and we are living by this mantra of having a wealthy mindset with the H involved, because we need to heal from within and in order to walk in our greatness and unlock all the wealth that God has promised us. So with that being said, I just want to give a recap of what's been going on this week. I hope you all tuned in on Tuesday for the midweek news with Marshall. I'm going to go back and I just want to make sure you all were present. If not, you can go back and watch it. But I'm going to give a really quick rundown of what's going on. Of course, I told you all we are adopting this word, experiencing wholeness in our business, relationships, health, spirituality, wealth, and financial assets. Wholeness manifested by way of internal healing. Listen, ladies, if we want to go anywhere, we have to start by healing from within. So again, take this word and do with it as you may, but we want you to leave with this mindset on today. For those of you that are just now tuning in, never been in the CEO district, just joined this week. Someone had tagged you in this post. Our mission is we are an organization of women creating a movement designed to disrupt the norm of socially accepted mediocrity to identify the leader within. That is all it is in a nutshell. Ladies, all we want to do is see you be great. We all have gone through a transition in our lives where we've had to elevate and we've had to invest in ourselves. We've had to invest in our craft. We've had to get aligned with some like-minded, like-spirited people in order to walk in our purpose. And so, ladies, if you are ready to make that leap of faith, please make sure you are looking into our academy. Next week, we will begin registration for our upcoming session for the end of April. We are on week 3 in this session. And when I tell you all, it has been a phenomenal session. I am teaching a new course on public speaking. It's just a fulfilling moment when you can share the knowledge that you've gained with someone else. So if you are a consultant and you have a specific skill set and you feel that what you have is of value that you can share with some women that are trying to grow in this industry, please make sure you are getting connected, because we are always looking for consultants. So if you are looking to be a part of the CEO Academy for the upcoming session, make sure at the end of this month, you are looking out for the registration clip that will be provided, or you can reach out to Ilyasa Simpson. Don't forget to mark your calendars for August 25th through the 29th for the Unbothered Cancun trip. Get those passport, ladies. I can't stress it enough. Listen, it is Health Week. And listen, go back and watch the lives. Miss Pat has been really blessing our souls this week, getting us started in a better mindset to go before our day in grace and walk in faith. But if you need further assistance, if you need prayer requests, if you need a mental health check-in, our CEO Cares department is always available. Visit the CEOcares.com if you need some specific prayer on today. Getting close to the end here, ladies, the boot camp is on the way. May 13th through the 15th, the Wealthy Boot Camp, going to be hosted by some of our CEO leaders. It is going to be amazing here in the city of Atlanta at the Embassy Suites. This goes live in the district. Make sure you go back through the timeline so that you can go ahead and register, get those early bird specials right now, because you do not want to wait to the last minute, ladies. So again, we will be going over the layers in which we service our women's health, business, social, and wealth, as well as our new word, wealthy, because we all want to leave with this mindset. One of the things I liked on the other day was the health idiom that Marshall posted, which is a new lease on life. And today I actually have a guest that will be joining me that is going to shed a little light on health in our life, because it is just so important that we learn how to take care of ourselves as we are growing in our business, as we are growing in our brands, as we are growing personally as well as professionally. It is definitely a must that we see about our mental health as well as our physical health. So I got an expert on here with me today that's going to share some knowledge with the ladies here in the CEO district. And when I tell you all, she is no stranger to the CEO district. She's actually going to be one of our guest speakers in the upcoming brunch. So make sure you are also registering for the brunch at the end of the month in Atlanta, Georgia. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and bring up Miss Deliqua Isom and allow her to introduce herself to you all on today, because there is no better way than for her to tell you all more about herself. So thank you for joining me.
What up, what up, what up?
What it do? What it do? Listen, I'm always excited when I can get somebody to join me on Hype Me Up Friday, because sometimes I bring a whole lot of energy. So I need people to get on this platform and match my energy. So I'm so excited to have you. I know you are just a raging ball of energy. I so admire you in this journey that I've been seeing you on. And I want you to introduce yourself and tell everybody about this journey that you're going on, because I'm hearing published author. I see you're getting into this fitness training, and I know there's just so much more to share.
So yes, I am a published author. I have 2 books out now. I am also a fitness coach. I am also a mental wellness coach as well, where I deal a lot with the mindset, breaking behavior patterns that just don't serve who we are and who God created us to be vibrationally, tapping into that positive vibration that is presented before us every single day. And so I speak a lot and talk a lot about that. And I speak from a place of transformational to change your life, not just to motivate you, but to give you some things that you can apply to your life to make the necessary changes for you to tap into your personal greatness and walk in your limitless possibilities. But that all starts in the mindset being healthy here, so that it can reflect in different areas of our lives. So that's a little bit about me. I am 45, a grandmother of 2, and an adult, have 2 adult children, 30 and 27. Lord,
Hush your mouth. Hold on. You can just stroll across there real quick like that. You are how old again?
45.
45.
My baby is 27, and I have a 30-year-old son. He just turned 30 last month.
Listen.
So, yes.
Listen, I'm 37. Listen, I want to be like that when I turn 45. I want to be able to say, listen, I look this good. Like Tiffany Haddish said, this what
money look like. This what gives yes. Oh my God, I love her.
But this what good health looks like.
What good health looks like. And I tell people, all people look at me and they feel like, I haven't had to go through anything, but no, baby, I started going through when I was an infant, to be honest with you, and really started going through at age 5. Being molested, being raped, going through domestic violence. So there was a lot of things that I went through, and I struggled with anxiety and panic attacks, as a teenager. So one thing that I always asked God to do was preserve my youth, keep me youthful. I don't want to look
Yeah.
like, I don't want to resemble in no way what I've been through my emotions, through my physical appearance. I don't want to look like it. I don't
Come
want to look
on.
like it in my finances. And that was one of my prayers, and God truly kept me, and I think it bothers some people sometimes, like, hey, she's 45, but she act like she about 20 something. Then I'm like, look,
Look,
I can help what God has done and how he has blessed me. But that is just the manifestation of his word in my life, and applying the things that he has taught me and shown me through my own walk, through my own journey. So yes, it's all here. If you can't get it here, then I don't know what to take. You're gonna be struggling.
okay. And one of the things that I noticed that you said, and and this is for anybody that's listening, when you become a coach of something, most of the time it's because you've personally experienced it.
Yes.
And in that, when you've come through it and you've mastered the art of coping, you've mastered the art of balance, you
Mhm.
become an expert.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
so, you are an expert in mental health and physical wellness. And so you wrote a book, and I want to hear a little bit about the books. I want to say it's 2 books,
It's two.
right?
It's two.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's two. So my first book, my first book, I'm sorry. My first book is Through the Pain I Rise, Let's Talk. So I go through my transparent story of being molested, being raped, going through domestic abuse, going through financial struggles, trying to heal and raise 2 children, learning and growing. I always tell people, me and my son, we're still growing up together. I had him at 15 years old. And
Yeah,
so I didn't make a decision until my early 20s to start healing, so we was learning and messing up together, you know what I mean? And as a parent, I could sit back and look and say, yeah, girl, you made some mistakes because you just did not know, because you was carrying your own weight
yeah.
emotionally. And so we look at, I'm finna go somewhere else, but
That's all right.
we look at these young men, and we put so much emphasis on the young men, but we have to look at the product of their environment to
Yeah,
understand why they are the way they are today. And so some men don't know how to emotionally connect because guess what? Maybe their mom didn't know how to emotionally connect at that particular time because of what she was going through, and she couldn't nourish him in that season when he needed it. There's times where I can look back at my son and I understand it now. I didn't understand it then. But there's
yeah.
an age, God, why you got me talking about this? But there's an age where a little boy cleaves to his mom and wants to be nourished. And that age is around 8 years old. And so
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you may find him at the foot of your bed and you like, get out my bed, go in your room. Then he may come back and be on the side of the bed. You don't understand. All you know is you want your space right now. But that
Yes.
is time to nourish your son. If you have one that's out there that is getting ready to walk into this season of his life, baby, take it from me. Been there, done that, missed the opportunity. I want you to take it.
Look, let me tell you something. Why are you all in my business though?
Look.
That's all I'm saying. Because as a boy mom, I have a son that's about to graduate, and I have a 12-year-old son, and both of my boys are mama's boys, and they are attached to me. Like, and so mom is trying to play a double role
Yes, I
because she has no other choice to play that role. So sometimes it's a little unbalanced because we do the best with what we can do.
mhm.
And so it's hard letting him go when you're so nourishing to them. But the fact of the matter is, as a mother, it's okay to be nurturing to your son? Who said just because you're trying to, do the best you can to groom him to be a young man, who said that you can't show him sensitivity
Yes.
because he needs to know how to deal with women?
Yes. He need not just women, he need to be
If
able to
he
deal with
his
himself.
own, what you
His
said,
own
his own
self.
emotions.
Exactly. And if he doesn't know how to properly process those emotions, then he's going to be an emotional roller coaster. Every
Yeah.
time something happens, he's going to be off balance and out of whack because he hasn't had an example mentally and emotionally to nourish him in that area. So, yes, it is very important that we tap into these unpopular emotions and
Come
deal with
on.
them as they come. It is uncomfortable. No one likes to process any of their emotions. They just want to wake up and do what they need to do and keep it moving. But things occur during your day that may set you off balance. And if you're not prepared for what is getting ready to happen in your life, you are going to spiral out of control. And it's going to reflect in many areas of your life. It's not only going
Yes.
to reflect emotionally, but it's going to reflect financially. It's going to reflect spiritually. And it's going to reflect physically if you allow it. So we have to take a step back and we do have to process things as they come from a healthy way. In my book, Behind the Scenes of Purpose, I talk about three people fighting for a voice every single day. They want to speak up for you. It's either a child that has not been healed, your ego, or your higher being. Which one is speaking for you every single day?
Come
Who
on.
is showing up in your life? If
Come
that
on.
little girl is not healed, she's going to speak. If that little boy is not healed, he's going to speak. He's going to dictate, or she is going to dictate the course of your day. And
Come
you
on.
think it's natural. You think it's all good. But no, baby, that is a little person on the inside of you that needs to be healed. The other thing, I'm going to tell you what happened with me. I had healed, but my actions had not changed.
Come
So
on. Talk about it.
the little girl was still in operation as a protector for me. She protected my emotions because she remembered, oh, I remember how we felt when this came along in your life. So I'm going to stand up. And I had no idea until God showed me. God said, I healed you, but you're
Mm-hmm.
still responding the same way.
Come on.
You have to change your response.
Your
Your
ex.
response has to match your healing. And if I must say, Deliqua, I've done a great job healing you.
Come on.
So I need you to rise up to the occasion. We don't need the little girl to speak because she's healed. We don't even need ego to speak because you know who you are. You know who I created you to be. But who I do need to for you to allow speaking your life is your higher being, your higher power. And every time she speaks, she's going to shed love and light. And so, but that was a transition within myself that I had to realize and recognize that even though I was healed in my emotions, my actions was not lining up with my healing. And that's a different process of healing when you have to change your behavior, change how you've been moving and doing things, these behaviors that we've adapted to because of circumstances. Who you've
Mm-hmm.
been is not who you have to continue to be all of your life. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
thing, that when we're walking in our excellence and in our greatness, and that when we're tapping into these different things, we have to understand that as we are speaking, our behavior has to match and line up to be in alignment with the purpose and call of what God has chosen us to do in our life in this particular season at this particular time.
Come on. And look, speaking of time, you said something about being prepared for those moments. And I think that is one of the most important thing that people should understand, especially in terms of health, whether we're talking about mental or physical health, being prepared, because the thing about it is we cannot predict what's inevitable. And, things are going to happen, whether it attacks us in our bodies, whether it attacks us in our minds, whether it attacks us in our spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It's about being prepared. And from a spiritual sense, we know being prepared is putting on your armor of God.
Mm-hmm.
We know being prepared is putting on those boots so you can stomp all over the devil. We know getting on those knees, getting them a little dirty and putting them hands up before the Lord is being prepared. But you also got to be prepared physically.
Physically.
And, your body is still your temple.
It is
And you cannot operate in completeness if you are not physically fit. So you
physically fit.
still got to be prepared for that challenge if you're not taking care of your body. Then you
Correct.
also got to be prepared from an emotional place. Like
Mm-hmm.
you just talked about healing. If
Mm-hmm.
you hadn't healed, you're not prepared for another situation. Like that's
Absolutely.
even in a relationship, that's
What?
even with a job. How are you going to want a promotion if you hadn't even made peace with the position that you're in right now?
Correct. 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 Correct.
So, preparing your mind for where you want to go is very, very big. So,
Yes, preparing your mind and your body. And this is the thing. Minds and body connection is big, right? But a lot of people operate from body to mind, but it's mind to body. If you don't mentally connect, then your body is not going to connect. It's out of order, it's out of alignment. We have to align it perfectly. I can't get it right there, but we have to align perfectly. And so, mentally, if you think about it, a lot of us do the same thing the same way all the time.
come on.
You get out your bed on the same side every morning. You drink the same type of coffee. You take the same route to work. You take the same route home. So you're programmed. You're on your
You got a
life.
routine.
You emotionally, mentally, you're on autopilot.
Yes.
You're doing the normal routine. And we have to stop and learn to switch things up so that we can be more vibrationally aware of what's happening in our day, what's happening to us physically, and what's happening to us mentally as well. And if we do not switch things up, we can miss an opportunity doing the same thing the same way every time. We have to get out of routine. Even
Yes.
in our eating, we have to get out of routine. A lot of times people eat what they've been taught to eat from mama, from grandma. It's been
Mm-hmm.
passed down. And so you're wondering why some of your emotions are out of whack. You're wondering why your body is feeling a certain way. You're wondering why you cannot lose weight because that generational mindset of cooking and eating, the rhythm, the routine has been passed down to you. And now you trying to figure out what really works for you now. You're in a place of questioning, like, yo, I know mama did it like this, but does it really work that way? Should I really be doing this? Because now most women now are paying attention to their bodies. They're becoming
Mm-hmm.
more aware of what's going on. And so that awareness starts mentally and it starts to take place physically. We have to learn how to connect and switch things up. This vibrational, every single thing in life is vibrational energy. Every freaking thing. And food takes us up vibrationally or brings us down
Come
vibrationally.
on.
You know that there's food you eat, you feel absolutely
What
amazing.
you said
Other food you eat, you're like, oh wow,
is
stomach
weighing
in
you
your mouth,
down.
weighing you down. You don't understand what is happening. It's baby, it's what you just ate. It's what you just ate. And so, and if you want to stay up, not just from mentally, but if you want to stay up physically in good health, we have to tap into those foods that give us higher vibrational energy so that we can just operate at our max every single day. I I'm gonna say this and I don't care. But one thing, I can't stand to hear a pastor preach and he hooping and hollering and sounding like he out of breath. Baby, you sound like you about to have a heart attack at any
Like he ain't drink no water all day.
all that is a problem. That is not natural. And a lot of them have adapted to this because the old school teachers in church. But if you up there and you and you sweating like somebody done poured water over your head, your body is telling you that there is
Yep.
something wrong.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and
Yes.
if you want to be able to preach and teach at a high
Mhm.
level, we have to make the changes. If we want to excel in our careers, we have to make the necessary changes in our health with our food every single day. And we have to be mindful of that, that what we put in our bodies, whether it's via TV, listening, or through our mouth, it matters. And
It
it takes
does.
a toll on us every single day if we're not putting and feeding ourselves with the right stuff consistently. So go ahead.
Look, but you have dropped quite a few good tokens that I hope that everyone that tuned in is able to make note of. If you catch the replay, make sure you go back to the very beginning and watch, because there have been some nuggets dropped. And what I got out of it, one of the things that I heard was switching up the tempo. Basically, sometimes you got to switch up the tempo. That's with everything in your life. You got to switch up your routine of things, because if you don't, you'll get comfortable. You get complacent. That's in your diet. That's in your daily routine. That's in your health habits. That's in your relationships. Switch up the tempo.
Mhm.
Then I got out of that was healing from the inside. um Everything from internal can affect you externally, and I personally know that, because for 3 months straight, when I tell you I vomited for 3 months straight, I went to the doctor, didn't know what was going on, had a colonoscopy done and everything, and all the doctor could come up with was there was stress. It was a buildup of stress, a buildup of acid. I wasn't taking the right foods into my body, and not only that, I was stressed, and that affects your digestive system.
Mhm.
Your stress levels affect your stomachs, and just like the foods that you eat affects your moods.
Mhm.
So that was a really good, note in there. So if you were listening again, make sure you're taking note of this, because it's very valuable information if we want to continue to grow, if we want to remain healthy, if we want to spend time with our grandchildren, our great grandchildren. If you don't want to miss out on events because you can't move from the house, because you have to walk around with a machine on to assist you with breathing. And my hat goes out to anybody that's struggling with anything and that's still trying to maintain a normal lifestyle while they're going through what they're going through. However, if we can do anything to help ourselves eliminate that type of stress, we must do what we can.
Mhm. Absolutely. The
And I
law
want to
of detachment. We have to learn how to detach from stress.
yes,
Allow
yes,
people to be who they are. You be who you are, and just let it flow and
let
allow
it
things
flow.
to come and go out of your life. It's currency. It's supposed to continuously be moving. It ain't supposed to get
Come on.
it ain't supposed to get stuck. So just practicing the laws of detachment will help anxiety and stress. And people laugh because I always have to practice being attached because
Yes.
I'm I'm the I can't
Yeah, we
queen.
cut you
No,
all night.
I can't. I want.
Cut
I'm
it.
good. I am
I'm
her.
good.
I my homegirls. No, they Deliqua has in her life what she wants in her life.
Come
If
on.
someone wants you in her life, you ain't got no seat. You ain't even got a seat in the overflow. I'm so serious. Like I literally have to practice attachment. So
Hey,
detaching
Michelle.
is not a problem. I can't stand clutter, clothes,
Listen,
shoes, everywhere.
you better talk on up to this unapologetic meetup that we got in May.
like
Listen,
cannot. Like I just can't focus. It doesn't serve me, and I understand that it doesn't. And so I don't have a problem when I talk with someone and I'm observing our energy with each other, and I'm coming to you saying, hey, did I offend you? And you tell me no, but then your behavior keeps showing me that there's a sign of something there, and I've
you
actually
almost made me stand up
done told me no.
because
I
I already
don't
feel
clear
it.
the air no more, baby. I'm coming to remove you.
Listen, we'll get into a whole conversation about that, because you know, and you know, those are real conversations though, and people do need to learn how to be unbothered, because you don't have to address everything, you don't have to clap at everything, you don't have to prove a point to everybody. You need to go with peace. If your peace tells you to let this situation be and walk away from it, choose peace
Absolutely.
and decease
Absolutely.
from the foolishness.
That
Listen.
part. That part.
So, you know, I really want to say thank you. And, you know, everybody that is listening right now, make sure you're going back and you're listening to that inner child, and you're protecting that baby. And it's so funny that you mentioned that about the inner child, because that's something that I always use to connect with people, with protecting your inner child, with everything that you felt like you wasn't protected from when you were younger. Now that you're an adult, now that you know what's going on in the world, you got all the power and authority to protect your baby on the inside.
Yes.
And then another thing I always tell people to do is go back to your teenage self and think about what you wanted then. It doesn't matter if you're 30, 40, 50. Think about the things that you wanted then and give yourself that grace to go for it. Like, go for it. And because everything that I'm doing right now in my life is aligned with my purpose, and it's something that I've already done as I was growing up. But now that I'm older and I'm wiser and I'm better, I can walk in it.
Now to
So
tap into it differently, you know.
listen,
You, girl, look.
we don't have to do this again. We definitely gonna have to do this
Oh my
again.
God.
Listen,
So real.
you just be getting ready for me. Every time you see Health Week come around, you better be looking for me to inbox me and be like, Deliqua, I need a host on today, because you know people don't talk about it that often, or if they talk about it, they're not being about it. It's just thrown out there and nobody's putting any action into play. So sometimes people have to see the proof that's in the pudding.
Period.
And so Deliqua is the proof in the pudding, y'all. Thank you again for tuning in to Hype Me Up Friday. Make sure y'all tag somebody in this, share this post, and make sure you take care of your health. Tomorrow is Self-Care Saturday. Put something on your to-do list that involves you. Even if I woke up this morning, when I went to the restroom this morning, I did 25 squats before I sat down on the toilet. I did something for my wellness on today. Listen, before I went to bed, when I laid in the bed, I did 25 crunches while I was laying there. I did something.
Something. Oh my God. Yeah, we have to keep
Time a slot. Time is not an excuse.
It's not. Oh my God, it's a mess. And everything is so convenient now. I mean, convenient. It's like you can find 10 minutes.
Come on, get in the refrigerator like you. Listen, go in the refrigerator like you've been doing, like something is going to appear, and you done looked in there like 5 times. Why don't you just go in there and just grab the same thing several times and put it back? Baby, you done did some arm work today.
Right. Just grab your bottle of water and just
go with it.
It's simple. Like people complicate things, baby. This thing is real simple.
It's simple. It's real simple.
You just got to do it. That's it.
You just got to do it like Nike. Y'all heard it first on Hype Me Up Friday here in the CEO district. You just got to do it. It's just that simple, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Hype Me Up Friday. It's been real. Make sure y'all go back and watch this live. Hit hashtag replay. Make sure y'all follow Deliqua Isom on Facebook. And I just want to speak something really quick, because you said that you are 45 years old, and that is like a huge blessing to be so gracefully beautiful as you are right now. And the presence and the grace that you got about yourself, I'm seeing modeling, and I know that you're doing your own thing and your brand building, but there is a lane for women your age to start to put out these sexy bodies, because we get so fascinated when somebody posts somebody, but it's people that we know that's living this fit lifestyle amongst us. And I do see something in the near future that has you involved with a production of women that are like you, that are showing that even at a certain age, you can be healthy, you can be fine, you can be fierce. So whatever it is behind the purpose, I'm here for it. Let me know so I can come and hype it up, because it is definitely finna happen.
All right, I got you. I'm taking it.
Listen, so with that
you're
being
not the first person that has said that to me. So I'm like, they're
see,
like, girl, you need to. My uncle, when I was a kid, he told me all the time, you need to be, and I'm like, I'm too little,
no ma'am, no ma'am, this is time. This is your time.
And even now, like, people tell me all the time, you're like, for your age and for you to look like you do, you are creating a path, because like you said, most times you see people posting someone else, or they're younger girls that they're posting. I mean, my first competition, I was in my 30s. I was on a stage with 18-year-olds.
See, look, you are goals. Do you understand me? You are goals. Like, okay, if I can get back, I was getting down a little bit, but then I said, "Oh, I ain't doing enough work. I need to get in the routine."
You can do it. You can do it.
So
You just got to set the time and be focused about you.
yes,
Be focused
but
about you.
look, in this time, because again, if you want to be anything in your business, because your business is boring without you, so you want to be present in your business, and you got to do it from a fit place.
Mm-hmm.
And my nonprofit is called Fit for a Purpose, and so I'm all about people becoming mentally fit for their purpose. So I enjoyed this conversation wholeheartedly. Thank you for joining me. I hope y'all enjoyed it on today, and take what you have heard on today, ladies, and go be great.
Be great.
Go be great.